Okay, let's make sure this all works. Okay, I think we're live. I think it's working. If not, it'll time out in a moment and we'll get yelled at. So I think it's because it's hosting drum, but that's fine. Let's get started with today and see if it drops, because if it drops, it drops. We're going to be making chocolate lava cake for this one. All I got to do is get a double boiler going, get the oven preheated to 450, and then get my ingredients out. So that's on, let that start going. I need to get a metal bowl out, because that's gonna act as my double boiler. And we'll get that placed. I'm just trying to see if I can access the chat on my app, but yeah, I think it's because we're hosting Drum, because he usually does something at 8 o'clock as well on Saturdays. It's a little tougher to, there we go, all right. Let me get the audio off of my phone there, because again, I am relatively new to this. I want to make sure I don't turn the phone off though. But otherwise, we're gonna have that cooking, that boiling. We need some ramekins. Now, got 2 ramekins right here. This recipe makes 2 lava cakes in these, I believe, 6-inch ramekins here. They might be actually a bit smaller, maybe 4 inches. I'm not the man to do distance. I think these are 4-inch ramekins, so that's what we're going to utilize for that. But otherwise, it is for 2 lava cakes. I'm going to need something that I can put in the oven quite easily. Now, it is a little messy in here because Bloodwing made dinner. We had some simple tomato soup and some garlic bread, homemade. So I got to get that all cleaned up after this, but I digress. First thing we're going to do is take our ramekins. We're going to get a paper towel, and we can either use butter, or I like to cheat, in all honesty, and use Pam, which is just any sort of butter or oil solution. And you want to oil your ramekins so that they do not stick to the lava cake, because otherwise you're just going to have a bunch of stuck lava cake, and that's going to really suck. So you want to get these oiled down, and then we're also going to flour them again so they don't stick. So get that all in there. Most people will be elitist and just tell you to use butter, but I'm going to be honest. I've done it with butter, I've done it with this, and there is no taste difference, so it doesn't really matter. Now, I'm going to get the flour. And we have the flour tucked away behind the cereal, so we got to get the cereal out. Now we also are going to need the sugar. I need to get more sugar. But really simple way of doing this is get a small spoon or something, get a little bit of flour out, and then spoon it into the bowl, sift it around the bowl. What? We have sugar in the pantry. I know, it's fine. Huh? It's fine, boo. If you need more, we have it where the potatoes are. Then you turn it. Okay, boo, thank you for your input. And then I like to pat it out. Now I need a little bit more flour here, simply because I need to get it on the sides, and I'll show you guys what this looks like when I have it finished, because it's a little hard to show you the angle from here because the flour's on the bottom. But then when you're done with the flour, what I like to do is bring it to the second one and then just tap it. And most of it goes inside, but once it's in, it's all floured in like that, and it's quite nice. So second one of this, I'm gonna go ahead and cover the flour in here, because you don't want to put the old flour back in because that contaminates everything. Sift it around in the middle, and then I like to just cover the bottom and then turn like this until we get it all floury on the inside like that, and then you can just tap it against your sink, and that's just to lightly flour it to make sure nothing gets stuck, and then we can throw this away. Now we can actually start getting to the cooking. So we're gonna need a few different things here. First thing is we're gonna wanna take half a stick of butter for this recipe. So I'm gonna get a knife, get it to the halfway point. This isn't a full stick, it's partially a stick, so I just extend it to the entire range, cut it to the halfway point, and then we're gonna put that in our little double boiler here and let that continue to boil. I just realized that wasn't even on, so oopsie to me, but that's okay because there's plenty of other parts we need to be doing while that's all cooking. Anyway, get this back in the fridge. I'm going to need 2 eggs. That's some onion in a bag. And we're gonna put that onion on top. All right. But I also need some chocolate. So I believe I only need 3 or 4 ounces of chocolate for this recipe, which I'm pretty sure is just the rest of this bag just by looking at it. And we're gonna go ahead and put that in the double boiler so that it can melt. But otherwise, with that out of the way, I'm gonna need another bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and go with a plastic one right here. And we are going to need the following. We're gonna need 1 egg. And then 1 egg yolk. Very important that you do the yolk and not the egg white. Again, we're going after some proteins that are part of the yolk that are gonna help thicken it properly, but also control its cooking ratio. So we have a bit of a gooiness in the center as we cook it in the oven. So I just run my hand with the yolk here, and then I can put that right in. Wash my hands because, well, egg. And then we're going to need 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 tablespoon of flour. But we don't add the flour until that's added in. The flour is the last step. So I'm going to grab my tablespoon container here. Even that out. And put that in there. Basically, we're just mixing the eggs, the sugar, and then for a little bit of taste, I also add a pinch of salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in back there. Flour I'm keeping for now. And our salt. Always pour it in your hand first so you don't over pour on accident, and then that can go in right there. Whoops. Where's our spider in here? Stop it. There we go. Okay. Where's that small whisk I like? Whisk this together. Check on the double boiler. That's gonna take a hot second to cook. The oven's already ready. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna turn the oven off for now. I can reset that in a second because we are not even close to being ready. Gonna wanna whisk this in so you get a nice little slurry here. It jiggles against my belly, that's cute. And the lighting's not that good, so I'll try to go from this angle to get a bit more of the light in, but that's a-okay. You want to beat this until you pretty much have a nice yellow, like what I'm getting. Maybe in the future I could put like a spotlight right there or something, because I have one downstairs that I use for pay for paying. But that one is a mobile one that I could set up. By the way, the yellow you're going to want to look for is something like that. And that should be ready to go. Now we're pretty much just waiting for the double boiler to work. If you want the double boiler to work faster, you can reduce some of the water, because the whole point of this is the water gets super hot, it then heats the metal bowl, and that melts the chocolate inside. But to go over some of the steps as we go forward, we're gonna heat that up, we're gonna blend it together with a spatula, which I will go ahead and get out. This thing, and then we're gonna fold that into that mixture, then whisk it, and then add the tablespoon of flour in. Then we're gonna pour it into these 2 ramekins, and then cook it in the oven for, I like to do 12 minutes. If Bloodwing's in a particularly angry mood, I do it for 10, so it's a little more runny. She's watching the stream. Why did I just say that? I'm a dead man. But otherwise, that should be good. I'm gonna add a little bit more chocolate. I have another bag of this stuff. Just a little bit more. Because she does like it chocolatey. A few more chips. Doesn't really matter. Chocolate, chocolate. So the whole point of this recipe is it's not too sweet or overbearing. It's just chocolatey. But, you know, more on the chocolate side rather than the sugar or anything. So we'll go on that. Now you got to be careful if you're waiting. Let me show you what happens if you wait around. See how it's kind of separating a little bit? I just whisked it slightly, but you got to re-whisk it all so it gets back to that golden yellow. Really important that you do that, because if things start breaking down in here, they're not going to evenly mix with that. And then you'll have some weird pockets of partially cooked chocolate cake in the middle of the lava layer. It gets a little weird. I don't know the exact science behind it, but I remember letting this sit one time and then adding that in, and it was like a layered chocolate lava cake, or with like cooked chocolate cake bits in the middle. It was still good. Don't get me wrong, but it was a weird combination. Alright, so it is starting to heat up a little bit. Still going to take some time. But I'll show you what the mixture looks like right now. So we're literally just waiting for all this to melt and all of that to come on. Now you're starting to see a little bit of steam coming up from it, but well, I mean, I have this on the damn highest setting because we're on the inner ring of it. You can see it warming up, so we just have to wait. You can see the butter is starting to slightly melt. So we have a little bit of time. Now, fun fact. Bloodwing got me in a creative mood the other day, and I've come up with a new way to do Stoli Doli. It's actually really simple. We're going to take a tumbler glass. I'm going to put a few ice cubes in it. This is the standard way to do a Stoli Doli. You just put a few ice cubes in. You then take the Stoli Doli container, which I'll move the camera to adjust. How are we going to do this? We can do it like that. Bring the Stoli Doli out. Pour it like normal. And again, this is pineapple stewed in vodka, and it's delicious. You always want to serve it on ice, though, and then you can't even taste the alcohol. But this is pure vodka. It's delicious. All right. Jump that back up here. And what we do now is we take our pickled peaches. As you can see, I've been eating quite a bit of this. It's amazing. But we open this up, pop that open, and we take some of the honey we use in the pickled peaches. We make sure we only get that honey. I like to do 2 spoonfuls of this stuff, and we add it to the Stoli Doli. And that gives it a little bit of sweetness from both the honey and the peaches in the Stoli Doli. And then you just mix that with a spoon. And then you put the spoon right in the sink. And then we end up getting a pickled peach pineapple Stoli Doli. And it's honestly delicious because it's a little sweet now from the honey and the peach. But you basically are hit with those 2 flavors first, and then you get hit by the aftertaste of the pineapple that's infused. So I just realized I can't really drink this on stream because normally I drink through this, but that's water. So I'm going to have to take this off to do it. So give me 1 second. Really. And then the peach also carries through with the pineapple for the aftertaste. And it's just delicious. Now, I hear this starting to boil. So it is starting to melt. I did drip a little bit of the honey down here. I want to get that cleaned up before it gets sticky. Otherwise, you can hear it. Oh. Here, let me show you guys. See what I made? It's going. If I pull that off, you can see that the water's boiling down there. So we're going to want to basically start mixing this in. I want to let it melt a little bit more, but then I'm going to take it off the heat and just violently mix it together. So we'll let that sit for a moment. In the meantime, re-whisk this mixture. Again, I mentioned why you want to keep this mixed so it doesn't break apart. Keep that going. Now at this point, I am going to turn the oven back on and set it back to 450 degrees. And that'll get back going soon. All right, keep that going. Want to let this go for a little bit. It's starting to mostly melt. Really, I want to get the butter melted. Be careful though, you don't want to burn yourself. I've done culinary arts for 2 years of classes. How do I even word that? I've done culinary arts school for 2 years, so my fingertips are a little resistant to heat, but for most normal people, the steam can quickly burn them, so be careful about that. Now the butter is almost melted, and I am starting to do an early bit of mixing here. Once the butter is fully melted, I'm going to take it off of the heat, but the butter also helps to make the chocolate even more runny. Now, it's almost done. I can probably turn the heat off at this point. And let's start moving things around here. So, hot. Quick thing you want to note is you don't want to immediately pour that in there, otherwise you are going to start cooking the egg because of how hot it is. You want to let this cool down for a hot second. There's still going to be a few little chunks that will melt out. But this is the consistency you're going for. And it literally smells like chocolate and melted butter. And it is quite delicious. So get that mixed up a little bit. You can see that there are still a few small chunks, but that is fine. And we can get that all mixed down. Let me feel the bottom of the bowl. Yep, still quite hot, but not burning hot. If it's burning hot, then it will cook the eggs, which we'll go ahead and re-whisk that real quick. Till it's that nice golden yellow. And then go back to the eggs here. So for this recipe, they say it's best for you to fold it in with the whisk. I like to fold it in with the whisk and then finish with the egg there. So I gotta put that down real quick. And then we just finish up by using that and folding it. I just dump the rest in usually. There we go. And then you're literally just doing a turning motion with this to fold it all in. And then I finish by aerating it with the whisk. And then, of course, we're going to want to add that 1 tablespoon of flour. To make it, basically to make it a little bit cakey. And then evenly add that in. So I think the oven's still set. Oh, no, there it is. I was about to say, I think the oven's still at 450 degrees, but nope, there it is. And then I'm going to grab this little pan. It's actually quite hot because it was partially on the heat of the burn. Ow. Put our 2 ramekins there. And then start to fill them. So there's 1, and then here's the second. Now, I'm going to quickly wash this down. wipe it down so I can fold in the rest of the stuff that's clinging to the sides of the bowl here. And we can get that all in this ramekin. All right. And now, with that done, we're gonna pop it in the oven for about 12 minutes. So let's see, it's 8:53. These will be ready at 9:05. All right. And there you go. So, I have 12 minutes to kill. How's chat doing? Pale gamer gremlin problems. Wow, thanks, Boo. I'm gonna eat your lava cake on stream. How about that? Ay, ay, ay. But if you guys have any random questions, comment, concerns, like about Armor Reforger or operations or cooking, now would be the time. I have my little drink, and I can hide down here to sip it. Oh, fuck, that's good. I was about to say something else. What? Tidy up your house? I know, this is dirty because Bloodway and I were cooking tomato soup. She was mainly cooking, I was helping. Yeah, by all means, I'm happy to swap recipes with anyone who asks. I don't also mind experimenting with recipes. Here, let's go over some story time here. All right, so how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna hold it like this so I can see. I have my phone and the GoPro in one hand. This little bastard we've had since Christmas, and he keeps growing a single freaking leaf. And we keep having to sometimes use these sticks to hold the leaf up, because the leaf will like fall over and we have to hold it up, otherwise it just dies, and then the little bastard will sprout out a new one. And then this guy, I don't really know much about him. We got him a little beforehand, but he's fine. He might need a little bit more sun for the summer, but that is a-okay. Let's go exploring. I'm gonna show you the herb garden. I'm gonna get my sandals on. Let's see how dark it is in the light here. Do a little bit of exploring Liru's house. Oh yeah, it's pitch fucking black. All right. Well, this might not work, but you know, we're killing 12 minutes of time. Here. There we go. A little bit of lighting. So, Greek oregano, my basil. Let's see if that light even works on the stream here. Yep, okay, it's working fine. So, oregano has exploded. Basil, we've been trimming away at it here and there, but as you can see, the bugs are getting in on it. I mean, look at that. I'm not sure if you can see that little bastard, but they're definitely pollinating the basil, which is quite nice. And then we have our parsley, which is, yeah, as you can see, we've trimmed a lot of it off, and my lights just turned on. That's kind of awkward. But we also have rosemary, which has stunted a little bit, but it's still growing quite a bit. But otherwise, I'm in the girth of this thing. So here lies where our dill was. Our dill died, unfortunately, so I'm regrowing sage on this box. Did you forget we had a light on the deck? The light's not bright enough, Boo, but thank you for being so concerning. But otherwise, we have the sage growing here, and then we have a shit ton of lemon thyme, which is all flowering as well, which is pretty nice. And then I've got some sprouts here for green onion. These monsters, once you let them start growing, will constantly grow, which is quite nice. And we occasionally just chop off a stalk. It's 4 different plants. The reason they are growing uneven like that is because the squirrels got into 2 of them. So I've had to replant these, and they went slanted, which I thought was quite funny. But I mean, green onion is a bastard. And then that's where I had some aloe vera, but a squirrel dug it out, which was quite unfortunate. So let's go ahead and move back in. And we still have 8 minutes to kill, so I guess I'll start reading chat. I'm just coming back inside. There you go, a little tour of my herb garden. I've got a vegetable garden and pots growing downstairs, but yeah, c'est la vie. Already did. No, I didn't, because I don't know where that switch is, boo.
Right at the door.
1 second. All right. There we go. No, so the squirrels didn't like the green onion. They literally dug out 2 of the green onion plants, and I just replanted them, and as you can see, they're still growing, which is quite nice. Let's have a check on the lava cakes here. Yes, we're letting out a little bit of heat, which is bad, but I put them too far back. Whoops. I'm not sure. We'll see if I caught any of that on the GoPro there. I always give one of them a little more girth than the other because I eat the smaller one. I like giving the bigger one to Bloodwing because, you know, I'm a good boo. All right, but we have 7 minutes left on the cooking process for 12 minutes total. I think in the meantime, we can talk about how to upgrade this a little bit. I need to find a few ways to put like clamps down if I really want to do this once a week. To tidy things up. We definitely need a spotlight for when it's darker. We need a way to angle the GoPro to look at the bowl if I'm mixing anything. There's a lot of ways we can improve, which is quite nice. Yeah, Yasuhiro, exactly, with the lighting. That's exactly why we're going to be having the little mini spotlight. Hey. The soft boxes are downstairs. But I think the audio level's good because it's, you know, all tied to the GoPro, so there's not much we can do. But from there, that should be fine. Onion scare off. Yeah, okay, I'll consider that. Putting some carrot plants up there, but I'll have to go get carrot seeds then. But that's fine. The thing about root vegetables like carrots and potatoes is they are very nutrient heavy, in the sense that you will have to refertilize that soil quite a few times if you want them to grow nice and big, because they just take so many nutrients out of the soil itself so they can grow. Well, that makes sense because they're, you know, just massive starch deposits when you really think about them. I'm gonna finish this. I love how I have to hide down here to drink my Stoli. Because, you know, I can look up at you like that. But I'm not going to show you the rest, you know, so. Oh, that's good stuff. Delicious. Alpha Werewolf Gaming, I'm glad you enjoyed the op. I'm sorry I clotheslined you with the hopper, but it was kind of funny. And I'm glad you're looking forward to the rest of the operations. Next stop is going to be continuing to push into that island, but it's going to be much more bug heavy, and there are going to be some plasma batteries shooting at air, which should be interesting. But my goal for that campaign is to ram one of those flying bugs into the chopper, because I didn't ram it into the gunship, but I like went in the front of him, and I think I clipped him, and it caused him to blow up, which was quite funny in my opinion. But I want to hit that damn helicopter. That'll be pretty funny. Show us the grill. Yasuhiro, I don't want to show you the grill right now because I need to clean the grill. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow after the op, because the grill is a little bit messy right now. But it is a nice grill. Let's see. 3 more minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. Whew. Smoke barbecue pork stream. I mean, a stream that involves smoking or a lot of baking is just going to turn into a Q&A stream, kind of like this one, or a just chatting stream, because we're waiting for the damn grill or oven or something to work, you know? I wonder what would happen if I tried microwaving the ramekins. I always like to put butter in the ramekins to quickly melt them off of like a 30-second period. But I wonder if you could microwave a lava cake. I'm gonna try that. That'd be funny. Ay, a live cam of smoking barbecue when I run a Zeus op and just have that in like the top right corner. And then we can pull a prank and have the barbecue look like it's spontaneously combusting. And I'm not even paying attention to it. Oh, that would be funny. That would be pretty damn funny. Absolutely not blasphemy. Shush, Bloodwing. You're a cripple right now. You can't even come downstairs. Oh, you're talking about the microwave? Well, guess what, Boo? I'm gonna do it, and you're not even gonna know the fucking difference. Set Liru's house on fire, POV. Ah, that'd be funny. All right, 2 minutes. I'm gonna finish this story. 1 second. I might have just put my head too high. I'm hoping that didn't go too high. Whew. You can't hear the microwave. Don't worry about it. 1 minute. Oh, shit. I know what to prep. Okay. I don't do this all the time, but because it's a stream, I like to be a little extra. I got one of these things, which you can, fill with something and powder it out. This is how Liru is a little extra. Open that up. I need a spoon, because a spoon makes easier job. Honey?
Yeah?
Why is the measuring cup in the powdered sugar?
There's a measuring cup in the powdered sugar?
Do you know how long I've been looking for this, honey?
I didn't know it was in there. How did it get there?
Honey! Why was the measuring cup in the powdered sugar?
Maybe one of us was making something and we forgot. I don't know what happened.
It's okay. I love you. I love you. Everything is fine. I was wondering where the fuck that thing was because it disappeared like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's not in the dishwasher. It's not in the sink.
I didn't do anything with powdered sugar. Did I? No.
Anyway, close that up so it locks. If you turn it too much, it resets. Spin it around, and now it's time to pull the damn things out of the oven, because it's 9:05. Oh dear. Wow. Those cooked. Little burnt though. I have never burned these before, but this time I did burn them a little bit. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Because it doesn't really matter too much because we're going to flip it around and the sugar will overpower that burnt flavor. The reason it's burnt is because I was too busy staring at the measuring cup wondering why the fuck it was in there, but that's fine. You take a knife, you then separate out the sides, which should already not be stuck to everything, but you do this just in case. So the moral of this story is don't get sidetracked while you have stuff in the oven, otherwise it's going to overcook and slightly burn, but you know what? Whatever. Worth it. Get a plate out. Put the plate right here. And then I'm going to get 2 oven mitts because of how I do this process. Alright. Shut that. gonna keep that on something hot so it doesn't do anything bad. We're gonna take this. We're gonna take this. I swear I'm not this dumb. Okay. And then we flip it, give it a little bit of a pat, then any luck. The little bastard isn't coming out. Come out, you little bastard. Nothing's going right for me today. Nothing's going right for me today. How did I burn it and it's still liquidy? Oh, because the bottom part stuck to the bottom of the ramekin. That's why. And it came off, even though I oiled it properly. Okay, well, that's fine. She'll eat it. Motherfucker. That. Yeah. We're gonna ignore the fact that I dripped some of it. Yeah, all right. And there you go. Your final product. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, well, that's fine, because I have a second one. All right, I got a second one. All right. Flip. Tap. Come out, you little bitch. Damn it! Okay, well, I don't know why I have this. We're supposed to just eat it out of the ramekin, you know, like this. You know, you just, there you go, it's ready. Then you take that and you, whoa, look at that, all right. And then boom, there's your finished product. Oh my gosh, that is totally what I meant to do this entire time. Doesn't that look delicious? Great, it's like a little, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna throw these at her, and then I'm gonna serve her that, and she's gonna like it because she just likes eating chocolate anyway. So, we failed. You know what? It's fine. I blame the server. That's what Zeus's say when they fail. We blame the server. Okay, anyway. You know what the bitch just said? She just said she wants ice cream too. Which, you know what? Fine. Fine. Okay. Ice cream. Ah! Ah! I almost, because I usually lick my finger when I touch it, I almost just pushed that in front of my fucking thingamajig there. All right, guys, look. It was done on purpose. Look at that. It's amazing. And look at that. That's also amazing. Oh, excellent. We've done it. And then I'm going to put some of this on top. Yes. And then we sweep it off the side there because that's the presentable side. Boom, it's ready. Do you want more ice cream?
Yes.
The bitch said yes. I already put the spoon in the damn sink. She wants ice cream? Okay. I'll give her ice cream. Boom! Perfect! watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one. Ah! I'm done. How do I kill this thing?